What's good, everybody? It's your boy Hamza from Ather Gaming, and today, guys, I'm back with a brand new video. But before we get into it, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already, because like I always say in my past couple videos, 70% of you guys are not subscribed. So please subscribe so we can hit that insane milestone of hitting 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And of course, comment what you guys want to see next. As always, check out all the links down below where you will be able to find our Patreon, where we offer some awesome opportunities for you guys to take advantage of. Without further ado, guys, let's get straight into this Orcust Dragoon profile. Alright, guys, so starting off with the deck profile, of course, what would an Orcust deck be without our two boys, Armageddonite and Dark Grepher? Now, if you guys don't know what these guys do, is Armageddonite. When he summons, you send a dark monster from your deck to the graveyard. Grepher is kind of similar, but you have to pitch a dark monster to send a dark monster, and then you have to have a level 7 or higher monster. You special summon him and then pitch again, so it is actually pretty good. Grepher, I was thinking about actually not playing, realistically speaking, but there are instances when you actually need Dark Grepher, so you have to play it. Again, there are a lot of normal summons in this deck, which I don't really prefer, but I mean, I feel like this is the only way to play Orcust as of now, until people start figuring out other ways. But yeah, so Dark Grepher, Armageddonite. Then moving on, we played triple Scrap Recycler. If you guys didn't see my other my Dragoon combos, I showed the one card combo with Scrap Recycler. It's a very, very important combo in what it provides, and I think Scrap Recycler is very, very good as well, because I mean, he's just an additional normal summon. All your normal summons are one card combos, which is super cool in the deck. The problem is, it's just that as of now, like, it's just not a favorable deck in the meta, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's pretty good. So yeah, we're just rocking triple Scrap Recycler. Then we are playing triple Girsu the Orcust Mech Knight. I feel like they just made this guy every archetype. War Legacy, Girsu the Mech Knight of Orcust. And basically, if you guys know what he does, is he's essentially another Foolish Burial. And then he has the effect where, like, you can summon a token if you control no other monsters. And then again, he says, he says if there are like 2 or more monsters in the same zone, he becomes a tuner, and then you can do some monster reborn plays. Super cool, actually, in what he provides. So basically, these are all the normal summons in the deck. These are the only normal summons you're going to want to be summoning, and since we play about 8 of them, the odds of us opening at least one in our hand every game going first is actually very good. So that's why I decided to play these cards as is. And again, I will talk about some other options you can play in the side deck like I always do. But yeah, so this is just for the normal summons. Now moving on, we play our Orcust cards. So we play double Orcust Nightmare. We can't play 3 again, because 1, we're not playing Pot of Desires, and 2, we are not playing Nightmare Mermaid. So I think 2 Nightmare is pretty good, because you actually don't want to open this card, you just want to keep it in deck. Then we play double Symbol Skeleton. So right here, double Symbol Skeleton. Symbol Skeleton is basically Monster Reborn. And then something new I decided to add was Orcust Brass Bombard. I'm not sure if you guys remember if I played this card or not, but I don't really like this card, but there are ways now that we have to like open up a normal plus special summon now, and Brass Bombard is actually pretty good in what he provides as well. So that's why I decided to play the one Orcust Brass Bombard. And then we played the one War Legacy World 1. Very good. I know a lot of people decided or play 2 of this card, but I mean, 1 is good enough as is. Recycler can send him, Girsu can send him, all these guys can send 1, so you always have access to 1, so it doesn't really bother me that much. And to be honest, once you have Wand and Cycle, you're not gonna really worry about Gizmek banishing him, so it doesn't matter. And then we play Gizmek Orochi, aka Fairy Tale Snow 2.0. Not that good, but it doesn't matter because it's still Gizmek, like quick effect summon itself. This card lets you manipulate so many plays that you can kind of summon on your opponent's turn. Like IP gets you into so many more plays. Like IP herself is already enough disruption, like going first. So that's why I feel like Gizmek is very powerful in what he provides as well. And then moving on, we just played the one Jet Synchron. I decided to play Jet Synchron instead of Mech Fanbeast O-Line, because as is, you can see in the hand there are a lot of cards that you would rather like kind of prefer to discard. So I decided to play Jet Synchron, because if you go like normal Cycler, dump Jet, Jet effect like pitch a Nightmare, now you have all sorts of ways to extend, and then you can force a lot of cool plays, which I'll explain later on. But yeah, we played the one Jet Synchron. Then so you play the Scrap package, you play the Scrap Golem. I actually thought about cutting this package altogether and then going into like a more Needle Fiber variant where you don't need to play these cards and you max out on like Jet Synchron and you do like some Formula Link Cross plays. But I'm just respecting the ban list, and I'm respecting the fact that like Link Cross or Fiber are gonna get banned, so I didn't want to show you guys a video that's actually gonna get banned, so I felt like there's no point in showing it. But yeah, just a Scrap Golem. Then we play our one Dark Magician and our one Red Eyes Black Dragon, because again, we are playing a Dragoon deck. And then we play triple Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. This is a flex spot right here. You can actually cut Ash for whatever you want. I personally just felt like Ash was the best card to play, so that's why I decided to play it, but you can cut it for any card you want. And then of course we play our spell cards. We play triple Allure of Darkness, because you guys can see This deck is very reliant on its normal summon, so you want to play Allure to be able to get into your extender cards, which is really important in this deck. Then we play Triple Call by the Grave Triple Call by the Grave to maximize our normal summons not being disrupted. I mean, if they have Imperm, it does suck, but Call by the Grave can do as much as he can. So that's why I decided to play Triple Call by the Grave. And then, then moving on, we play our Triple Forbidden Droplet. So Droplets is very good in this deck. Not only is it like a good go second card because it can kind of disrupt your opponent's board, it's also really good because you can just pitch Orcust cards out of your hand, pitch Wands, Gizmex. Like, basically speaking, all these Orcust cards want to be in the graveyard. Every single one of these guys wants to be in the graveyard. So you play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You play 8 cards that want to be in the graveyard. And then, of course, you have Allures to draw. You have Droplets to send as well, so Droplets is very good. Even if you brick, say worst case scenario, you go normal Recycler effect, they go Ash, you go okay, set double Droplets, pass. Now your opponent does something, you go Droplets, and you just send like your monster that you normaled, and then an Orcust card, now you have combo. So it is really good. And then we play double Orcust Return because again, if you see these cards, you're gonna want to send them. Obviously, you want to draw cards. And the cool thing about this return is that you can return away Girsu. I think it's pretty cool. And then moving on, we play the one Orchestrated Babble. Again, if you guys don't know what the field spell does, makes everybody quick effect. Very unbalanced field spell. And then you can get it back by pitching a card. Like, this field spell is so insane. And then playing but obviously you don't play more than it because Galatae can set it. And then playing the one Red Eyes Fusion. I feel like playing more would just add too many bricks to this deck, and this deck is already pretty good as is. And if you just want, like, okay, hear me out. People play 3 Red Eyes Fusion because they want to open it, or they play multiple Dragoons. People play 2 Red Eyes Fusions because they don't want to open it. But if you play 2 Red Eyes Fusion because you don't want to open it, why are you playing more copies of a card that you don't want to open? You see what I mean? So there's no point in actually playing it. That's like saying, okay, I don't want to open Jet Synchron, so I'm going to play 2 Jet Synchron because I don't want to open it, because if I open it, well, if you play 2, you have a higher chance of opening it. So there's no point in actually playing 2. If there's a card that you don't want to open, so you have to play 2 of it, just play 1 of it. It's the same thing with Garnet in a 60 card deck. If you don't want to open Garnet, why are you playing 2 of it in your deck, or like a 40 card deck? You know what I mean? So there's no point in actually just increasing the amount of bricks you actually play in your deck. So now moving on, we played the one World Legacy Succession. Of course, this is the Monster Born card. This is very important in the Scrap Recycler combo. It is pretty good as well because Galatae points down, so I mean, why not? Then with the one Foolish Burial, because again, this is like our other Foolish Burial. I mean, it is our Foolish Burial. These guys are our other Foolish Burials, but you know what I mean. Then we played the one Instant Fusion because there's a super cool combo that you can actually pull off with Instant in this deck, and I feel like the Window Lock is still really like OP. Like, literally, Dogma strives off of Window Locking you and then maybe doing like 1 protection. But if I can do Window Lock with Dingirsu and then protect like twice, why not? Why shouldn't I do it, right? Yeah. And then I played the 1-1-for-1. So again, you want to discard cards, and I was already playing the Jet Synchron for the Scrap Side combo, so I decided to just play the Bombard and just play the 1-for-1. So now this just gives me a lot of other lines of plays. And then I played the one Reinforcement of the Army because Rhoda is really good in what he provides, because you can add Armageddonite or Dark Grepher from your deck to the hand. Then I played the one Orcust Crescendo because I mean, it's Crescendo. I almost didn't play this card. I almost just like put it in the side. I told you guys you have to play it, but I mean, having the versatility is pretty good. And like, if you summon like post side, if you make like Dragoon plus Galatae counter trap, it's actually pretty good. Like, it kind of feels like a Salamangreat board in that sense, because like it's a really sticky board that your opponent can't out. You make like an Anaconda, and then you make Galatae a point to the Anaconda, and then you make a Dragoon. So like the board is essentially protected, and then you still have negate. So I think it's pretty good. So that's why I decided to play Crescendo in my deck. I mean, everybody should be playing Crescendo. But now, moving on to some side deck cards that you guys can potentially play. You guys can play Crystron Needlefiber, but again, like I said before, he is on ban list watch right now, so I didn't want to kind of profile the deck with Needlefiber, and then he gets banned, and then the video gets relevant, and I'm giving you guys false information. So that's why I decided to not put him in my deck. But again, by any means, you can put him in the deck. You can maximize Jet Synchrons, you can play Tunings, you can play Quick Draw Synchron. I don't know how good Quick Draw is, but I mean, Quick Draw, you can pitch these cards, so I feel like Quick Draw Synchron would be pretty good. Then you can play Union Carrier. I've seen a lot of decks actually play Union Carrier because they can like Carrier summon one monster and then Carrier the Dark monster with like a Nightmare, and then link the monsters away into like an IP or like Galatae, and then you just combo from there. It is pretty good. Buster Destruction will go with the Union Carrier. So if you play this card, you would definitely either side this card or main it. Then again, you can play the Dangers. So right here, you can play the Dangers because again, like I said before, a lot of normal summons in this deck, not that many special summons. So if you're not comfortable playing like that, you can play the Dangers, and it might like increase the efficiency of your deck. I mean, it is pretty good with Girsu because at least you can end with like a Galatae or something. And then of course I'm showing the second one that a lot of people like to play. And then there is a build going around that people play Pot of Desires in their deck, and it's like a 50 to 60 card deck, and they max out on like wands. Well, not max out, but they play 2 wands, like 3 this, 2 this, like double Gizmex. So I mean, I'm not knocking it, I'm just saying that that's not a build that I would like. But moving on to the links, now we are going to the links. We played the one Lib the Key World Key Blade Master. I always get this name messed up. Essentially, it's a good Galatea, good version of Galatea, because I mean Galatea is evil. But yeah, so Lib's pretty good because when she's summoned, you can set Warlike Succession, and then when she's linked off, you can shuffle a card back onto the field. So a cool play you can do is like you go like IP Lib, and then IP Lib into like Bomber, and then this will trigger to shuffle a card back, or you go like IP Lib into Unicorn, then you shuffle 2 cards back. It's pretty good. Non-targeting removal for her, and then targeting removal from Unicorn. But yeah, then the one IP, because IP is like the second best or like third best monster in the deck. IP gets you to the other cards during your opponent's turn, which is pretty good. The one Scrap Wyvern, because again we played the Scrap Engine, but like I said before, if you don't want to play Scrap Engine, you just play Jet Synchrons instead and just cut these guys all together. Then you don't need to play Scrap Wyvern. The one Verde Anaconda, because Anaconda. Double Galatea, not 3, because I wanted to make space, and I feel like 3 almost never comes up right now. The one Unicorn, because Unicorn just generic disruption that you can make off of IP. Bomber Dragon, because again IP is very, very good. Access Code, because this is like our new OTK card in this deck. The one Zeroboros, because Zeroboros is still pretty good, and he got that. I don't know if Dueling Book uploaded it, but this card says, yeah, see, during the standby phase of your next turn, after this card is banished by its own effect. Because it says during the standby phase of the next turn. It doesn't say during like your standby phase. So now they changed it so that Zoroboros will always be coming back during every turn. So basically you nuke the board and then you summon Zoroboros to like the middle zone, and then you have this zone and this zone. So whatever your opponent special summons to, it'll nuke the board. So Zoroboros is a very, very good card. And then of course I play the one Millenniumizer Strict, because if you open this card, you can actually instant fusion Millenniumize just and combo off from there. But again, if you don't open this card, then you do the Window Lock, and the Window Lock revolves around the Anaconda play. So it's just like a generic play that you do, and then you end with like I showed before in the 1-card combo, you end with Anaconda, and then you just make a Dingirsu instead, and you leave the Ding on board. Then you use Anaconda's effect and you send Winda to Window Lock your opponent if playing some sort of like mad insane combo deck. And then Dragoon for like the more control decks, and Dragoon is very, very oppressive in what he does. And then double Dingirsu for the protection. So yeah, this is my list. This is my current Orcust Dragoon list. If you guys want to see any changes, let me know down below. If you guys have any other criticisms, of course, comment down below as well. Like the video if you made it this far. Subscribe if you haven't already and you made it this far, because we're trying to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And like I always said, guys, this is Hamza from Ather Gaming. Keep on shining. Never give up on your dreams. Peace.